so hard, forgot how to vacation. Something about dedication. Yeah, we made it. Post Malone could be significant. What is up? How are you doing on this beautiful, beautiful day? I'm sending you a lot of love and care wherever you are in the world. Be kind to yourself and be kind to the world around you. We are about to tap into some energy. Congratulations. That's what's playing on Pandora. Congratulations. So you're about to be celebrating. Okay, make sure you're celebrating your accomplishments at this time, family. Now they all scream congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. A vacation could be significant as well. Yeah, vacation could be significant as well. Show me what I need to see for the collective at this time, Spirit. I'm pulling a card from this Lemurian deck. I just went towards it, so I don't know. There's a message within this deck for you. So let's just see. Show me, Spirit, what's going on with the collective. It says Eternal Explorer. Home. Okay, so you're about to go home. Okay, you're about to explore a new phase in your life. All right, something about the center. Okay, something about the center is significant. Okay, but I do see Eternal Explorer. You've been moving. Oh, and it's crazy. I see 31 and 32. A 31, 32. You could be 31 or 32. 33 could be significant as well. You could be turning 33 this year, but I do see you moving. You're going somewhere. All right. And this could be, within your mind. Hold on. I got to turn this down. Because I ain't trying to. Yeah. Going somewhere within your mind. Okay. It says gracious receptivity, receiving something, sound of the universe. Balanced forces. So forces are balanced at this time. Six of Pentacles energy. All right. Is really what I'm seeing. The portal keeper. Okay. So you are entering a portal. Okay. Yeah. You're entering a portal. And this portal is taking you home. Okay. Comfort. I'm picking up comfort. She of the Lotus. Okay, something about your sexual energy is significant. Your sacral energy is significant in this reading. Okay, whoever I'm speaking to, you could definitely be going through a Kundalini awakening at this time. All right, so you could be feeling a little, a little hot, a little, passionate. When I get that feeling, I want sexual healing, sexual healing. So you're being healed. Okay, there could definitely have been something that took place with you when you were in your youth, like someone took something from you, took your youth from you. You're being healed. Okay, all right. Whoever I'm speaking to is someone taking your youth from you, and then you growing up so fast, you being introduced to sexual activities at a young age, and it causing all types of hurdles and causing trauma. Sexual trauma is healing. Sexual trauma is what's taking place right now, family. You're healing through things that happened in your youth. Page of Pentacles energy. Things that took place in your youth. About this age. Something could have happened when you were 8 years old. Okay, it started when you were 8 years old, or something significant could have took place in your life when you were 8 years old. But I see you healing through that right now. You're coming home to yourself, to the part of you when you were, the phase where you were before you were taken advantage of. Whoever I'm speaking to, you were taken advantage of in your youth. Okay, Eternal Explorer. So you've been out and about. You've been all over. Okay, looking for self. You feel me? And that tends to happen when we have trauma in our youth, especially sexual trauma. We tend to have that sexual trauma, and then we react most of the time in a negative way, to where we're constantly having different sexual partners, or we're not understanding, we don't have sexual knowledge and things of that nature. So we're just doing things because, things were happening to us in our youth. So you know what I'm saying? And then again, I see you healing through that. I see you coming home to yourself, to that lovely, bubbly you, before someone took something from you, before someone decided, hey, I'm going to take your youth. I want you to grow up fast as fuck, so let me snatch your youth from you. And this person could have got their youth snatched from them as well. However, they didn't learn the lesson. They continued the cycle of youth snatching. So again, you're coming out of that energy. Your self-love, okay? You're radiating self-love. You feel me? And it's a beautiful thing. Not a lot of people like to talk about sexual trauma because of the sexual trauma that they endured, that they want to sweep under the rug because they didn't get healed from it, so how dare you get healed from it type of energy. So you better not say anything, or you're a liar, that never happened to you, and just things like that. When you know what happened to you. No one can tell you what took place in your, when it comes to you, when it comes to someone taking something so precious from you. But I see you healing from that energy, family. All right, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing to heal from, that situation. You know what I'm saying? To progress through that situation, family. Because so many people in this world, they don't. So many people become addicted to drugs, alcohol, addicted to sex, just out here, just like, just out here. So, but you decided to take a different path. You decided to take a different route. All right, Moon. Something is hidden. What's hidden? Yeah. Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I could be talking to a male, okay? Yeah, I could be talking to a male, okay? What about this male? Male or female, but I'm picking up male, or this could, a male could have done something to you, in your youth, and, you're finally getting past that. And I say finally, not to be light on the situation, because I done been in that situation before. So definitely not being, making light of the situation at all. However, you are, again, finally moving forward from that point in your life that had you trapped, that had you stuck. You feel me? You're moving past that. And again, that is wonderful. That's magnificent. All right, never gonna make light of the situation, family. However, we triumphed over these situations, or we let that shit become us. You decided to triumph over the situation. You didn't want that shit to become you. You realize that you are more than that instant, than that situation. This could have been multiple situations throughout your life. You kept running into situations to where, you're being sexually abused. You're like, damn, you feel me? And it took a lot of time. It took a lot of, you not blaming yourself, no longer blaming yourself what took place when you were a youth, when when in your childhood. You feel me? Because a lot of people can't heal. It is hard for folks to heal from that situation because they're constantly blaming themselves for what happened. However, and giving excuses for the behavior, when truly you can't give an excuse for someone else harming you. There's no excuse. They have to figure out why they did what they did to you. What you did and what you had to do was forgive yourself. Okay? Forgive yourself. Right? And what do I mean by forgive yourself? Hey, that wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault that so-and-so was a monster. That wasn't my fault. I couldn't control that. And you're standing on that. I couldn't control that. I couldn't control it. You feel me? I couldn't control it. So you stand on it. You're accepting it. You're accepting yourself. And it's not over for you. Just because that happened to you, it's not over for you. You feel me? You're calling back your sacral energy. All right? You're calling that shit back. Proudly. proudly calling it back. Right? So give me more, Spirit. And it's helping with your self-esteem. Okay? Strength to the universe. Alright? Yes. Strength to the universe. Strength to the world. Standing up tall. Taking your power back. And it doesn't matter. Taking your power. And it doesn't. Okay. And it doesn't matter if the world doesn't agree with what you're doing. Okay? It doesn't matter. It doesn't. You agree with what you're doing. That's all that matters. Can you sleep at night? Are you tossing and turning? Because I'm pretty sure for years you were tossing and turning at night. You feel me? Because of what took place in your life. You're now at a point in your life where you're not tossing and turning. You're not mad at the world. You're not mad at the world, which is your stuff. You're no longer mad at yourself for what you couldn't control. Okay? Taking back your power. The magician to the wheel of fortune. That's you taking control of the wheel. No. You're realizing, hey, I'm driving. I'm steering this shit. You feel me? I'm steering it. So I have the ability to go left, go right, go forward, or go back. Whichever way. It's up to you. And you decided, hey, you know what? I'm taking control of this wheel. Taking back my power. And I'm going to... I depict how my life ends up. That's what type of energy you're on. I get to say how my life ends up. Nobody, just because of what happened to me, doesn't mean that it's over for me. Type of energy. I get to decide where I end up. No one else is going to decide where you end up but you. And you're realizing that. Real talk. So when you get up in the AM, you make it a point to show appreciation and gratitude because you know where you were. And I mean in your mind. Real talk. How you felt about yourself. Covering up who you truly are because of something that took place in your youth that you had no control over. You're running from the boogeyman, from the monster. And then you turn around and realize the monster is puny, tiny. Alright? Then you overpower the monster by taking your power, taking your youth, taking your energy out of that fucking monster. And then that monster crumbles up. Alright? And again, eternal explorer, the devil. No, it doesn't matter how long it took. You were willing to travel. You were willing to take that leap of faith for yourself, for your mental state, for your own well-being. Because who else is going to do it for you? You got to do it for yourself. Straight up. You got to do it for yourself. All right? Why sit around and be angry at the world all the time for what happened when I can make a change today? Type of energy. When I can make a change today. Now, in this moment. Yesterday, in that moment. A week ago, a month ago. Why sit around and hold in all this resentment when I can release this shit? You feel me? You hear the birds chirping? I don't know if you hear the birds chirping, but the birds are chirping. Whoever I'm speaking to, there was a point in your life when you were just angry at what took place in your life. You were mad. You were still a good person, but you were still mad. You feel me? You're no longer angry. You're no longer holding in resentment. Ten of Swords. What's the Ten of Swords? And someone needs to come clean. Someone needs to come clean and be honest about what took place. But don't wait on them to be honest, and don't wait on them to come clean. Because you might be waiting for, you know what I'm saying? So that energy is giving you no longer waiting for an apology. Fuck waiting for an apology. You be waiting the rest of your life. And then lifetimes after that. Then your kids that you have will still be waiting on that person to apologize to you. Alright? You don't need an apology. All you need is for you to forgive yourself. You realize that. Fuck waiting on an apology. You apologize to yourself. And move on. Someone's like, why? Apologize to myself. Apologize to yourself for not seeing, you know what I'm saying? For not seeing how beautiful you truly are. Real talk. For not seeing how beautiful you really are. And it happens. It does. You feel me? It does. So anyway, this is a beautiful energy. I'm about to get some advice. Okay, moral of the story is you have cleared, your path is clear. All right? You're going home. All right? Going home. Path is clear and you're going home. As you should, though. As you should. You deserve it. You're beautiful. Your heart is big. All right? You got a lot of love for the world. Okay? Following the rainbow. What is that song? That used to be my song. The Reading Rainbow. Take a look. It's in the book. Reading Rainbow. Okay, I can't do anything. Just take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Whoever I'm speaking to, you could definitely read a lot. In your youth, you could have read a lot to escape. To escape the madness. You picked up a book. All right. One more card before I go, Spirit. One more card before I go. Surrender. I can release my need to control. You surrendered to the situation. By you surrendering, by you no longer waiting on someone to apologize, no longer waiting on someone to, come clean, no longer waiting on someone to accept responsibility, you have created a massive change in the trajectory of your fucking life. And I said fucking because this is fucking serious. All right? You have, because holding on to that shit, holding on to that resentment was messing with your health. Holding on to all that, having heart complications, all right, blurred vision, migraines, all right, your freaking stomach ulcers and things like that. Having all these pains, holding on to resentment, all right, no longer doing that. You have created a massive change. Look at all your relatives that held on to shit, that are taking so many pills, taking table loads of pills. All right, because they're holding on to grief, holding on to resentment, holding on to what somebody did to them. You didn't see that for yourself. Gratitude. Be grateful. Okay? That you found the solution. Be grateful.